it's JBird, and this week my video is going to actually be a sit-down podcast. Myself and a few of the other camp leaders asked you guys this week to send in some questions. We kind of left it open for you guys to send in any sort of question you guys wanted, whether it be about camp or basically anything in life, and you guys gave some pretty good questions, so I'm here to sit down and answer those questions for you guys. So these questions were sent in by the younger age group of campers, so thank you guys so much if you guys sent a question in. So the first question we have is, why do we have camp? And that's a really great question. So us here at Camp Unity, we wanted to put on something special for you guys. So we wanted to be able to get together in these crazy times that we're living in and put together something fun for you guys. I know we're all stuck in our homes, in the hotel. There's not really much to do. We're in the middle of the pandemic, so we thought it would be fun for not only you guys but also for us to put together cool programs like arts and science and physical activity to hopefully help you guys have fun and help us have fun and kind of distract us from the crazy things happening in the world. And we get to learn from each other. We're learning from you. You guys are hopefully learning from us, and we're all having fun. So that's why we have camp. The next question is, why do we have yoga? So I personally haven't really done much camp programs with the younger age group with you guys, but I know with the older age group, I have done yoga with those campers, and I'm guessing that you guys have also done yoga. So why do we have yoga? Well, there's lots of reasons why you could do yoga. I know that I did yoga with my campers because it's a great physical activity. It gets you up and moving. It's also really good for your mind. It helps to relax you, ground you. It is really great for your bones, for your muscles. It helps you become flexible. It helps with balance. It helps with breathing. I know with yoga, you take deep breaths in, deep breaths out. So yeah, there's lots of reasons why yoga is really great for you. So those are the reasons why we do yoga. So I love this next question. It's, why don't we have camp every day? And I asked myself that same question. Why don't we have camp every day? I wish we could have camp every day. But we only have camp Monday to Fridays because on the weekends, we need time to plan for you guys. The weekends are our time to kind of recharge, get all of our things together for the next coming week. It also leaves some days open for you guys if you guys have any fun things you want to do with your family, and leaves time for us to do things with our family. And yeah, mostly just so we can plan everything for the next week and come back on Monday after being off for Saturday and Sunday, recharged and ready to go and have the most fun. Sticking on the questions about camp, the next question is, where do we get camp supplies? And this is a really cool question. I'm sure a lot of you have been wondering this. So we actually, all the camp leaders, get together once a week to put together everything in those bags that you guys get from us. You should be getting bags like this. So we get together, we put all of your supplies for the I think either the week or 2 weeks in this bag, and we get our supplies. We either go out and get the supplies from the stores, or we even sometimes have supplies donated to us, depending on what they are. And yeah, so we go out, get the supplies, we put them all in the bags for you guys, and then they end up with you guys at the hotel so that you guys can have them ready for the week. Okay, so now we have some questions about school, and these are really great questions, especially because I know that the summer is ending, September's coming, we're going to be going back to school, and it's a crazy time to be going back to school. So the first question is, when are we going back to school? So it is actually just announced that I'm pretty sure, if everything goes as planned, that school will be starting normally. So it was announced that everyone will be going back to school this year if you choose to either do online or in person. But assuming that most of you are in the Toronto School Board, you guys will be going back to school on the 8th. whether that be online or in person, depending on individually what you chose to do. I believe it starts on the 8th, so that was a really good question because sometimes it changes. The 7th is actually a holiday, so everyone has the Monday off, and then everyone goes back to school on the Tuesday. And like I said, because of how crazy the world is right now, because of COVID, coronavirus, you should have probably by now chosen whether you're going to be doing school fully online or if you'll be going back to school in person. The next question is, do we need school? I think yes, you do need school, and for multiple reasons, not just because of math and science and language, those kind of things. I think school's really important for other things too, like socializing with your friends and making connections with your peers that way. School's really great also because you get to make connections with teachers and other educators in the school, and hopefully they will be able to mentor you and help you with all aspects of life. But also it is good to be able to learn how to read and write. Those things are really important too. And also when you go to school, there's other subjects such as gym and art where you get to be creative and you get to have some physical activity. So yes, I think you need school. Alright, and we have one more camp question. How should we get prepared for camp? That's a really cool question, and it's nice that you guys are trying to come to camp prepared every week. So again, on the supplies, just making sure you have your supplies. Having your supplies ready for the week is always great. That's a great way to get prepared. Also coming to your Google Meets on time, that's a great way to get prepared too. Making sure you're logging on right at the time that your program starts so that you can get the most out of the program and that you come ready to have fun. Okay, now we have some goofy questions here. So the first goofy question is, what happens when you bake mayonnaise? Now, I actually don't know what would happen if you just like put mayonnaise in a bowl and put it in the oven. It would probably just get super warm and like separate and kind of get a little gross. But I've like put mayo on like say a piece of bread or a bun and then put it in the oven to like toast it a little bit like before making a sandwich, and like that's turned out fine. So I don't think really much would happen. It might just get a little gross if you like bake a whole bowl of mayonnaise, but maybe I'll try someday. The next goofy question we have is, what happens when you break your spinal cord? So your spinal cord is actually not a bone. It's made of nerves and connective tissue. So you can't really break it, but you can break your spine. So you can break the bones around your spinal cord. So in your spine, you have vertebrae, and that's what makes up your back, and then your spinal cord goes through those bones. So those bones are protecting your spinal cord. So even though you can't really break your spinal cord, you can break the bones that are protecting your spinal cord, and then you can damage the spinal cord if the bones are broken. But you can't really break your spinal cord, but you can damage it. And if you damage your spinal cord, what your spinal cord is a whole bunch of nerves. So your nerves are what controls your movement, your feeling. So if you damage your nerves, depending on where along your spinal cord you damage it, you could actually not be able to move your legs or your hands or your arms or your feet. So damaging your spinal cord could be very dangerous. So the next question, we got a few of these questions, these goofy questions about good old Monty. So how old is Monty, and why does Monty look so old? These are really great questions, and I could answer and tell you how old Monty really is, but I think I'm gonna leave it up to you guys to guess how old Monty is. How old do we think Monty is? Once you listen to this during your next program, have a discussion about it. I don't know. What do you guys think? So those are all the questions we have time for today, just because I don't want this video to be too long. But if you have any other questions, just send them our way with your camp counselor or to our email. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.